I realized very quickly on that if I could just approach the places I already lived as places people might want to explore, then I was sort of doing the job of a photographer, travel blogger, travel journalist. And then hopefully eventually those little nuggets would act as a calling card for what I could do if someone sent me somewhere else. And you do enough of that and it does sort of build. Eventually people asked me on Twitter to come photograph stories for them. People found me on Twitter to invite me on press trips, and it just kept going from there.
Was it private people first?
Private, what do you mean?
People who were taking a trip and said, we're going on as a family, we need you to photo. How did you start getting clients you've gotten, like Four Seasons or Air France?
It was just really from becoming a travel blogger. So first being invited on trips to report on them for my own blog. That was very early in the days of travel blogging. It was also being the photographer for journalists who would write stories. Okay. One of my very first stories was doing the stories for a journalist who had a couple of pieces going in a newspaper. And he said, I can't provide the photos, so you provide me the photos. You'll get the photo credit as a byline. I'll write the story, and together we can present this cohesive piece to the newspaper. There were things like that in the beginning too, but mostly it really snowballed from just being a travel blogger, and then it took off from there.
That's awesome. I think many people would wish that kind of career. Right?
I mean, you know this, Rose. You're a travel journalist. You're a journalist. Everybody thinks that our jobs are so much more sexy and enjoyable than they are in reality. In reality, they're a lot of work. There are a lot of paperwork. There are a lot of time behind the computer screen that's not traveling. But at the end of the day, it is one of the most enjoyable things you can possibly do, as long as you can put up with all of the things that aren't enjoyable.